So today on the review table we have the Leatherman Squirt PS4. This thing has been with me for a long time. It's seen a lot of activity. It's seen a lot of pocket lint. Um, for a long time, I carried this around on a keychain with my keys. So there's pocket lint and there's dirt and there's grime all over these bad boys. But I tried to clean them up the best I could before putting them on camera. Um, so, real quick, let's talk about the specs of this little multi-tool that could. So, the Leatherman PS4, it has spring action pliers, which literally means quite that. They're spring activated. They're not a super fine point, if you can see that. They're kind of nubbed off, which is great because on little multi-tools and little pliers in general, especially needle nose, I've actually snapped the tips and bent them and whatnot. So I like that from a strength standpoint. They have, just like Leatherman does, they say they have standard pliers and wide grip or whatever pliers. But so it's pliers. And then they have wire cutters that can cut a fairly large wire. And then it has a 6061 T6 anodized aluminum body, which they make ARs and firearms and stuff like out of that. So it's pretty strong stuff. And then on the outside, they have, this is a 1.5 inch long blade, which is a chisel grind, which means it only has a bevel on one side and then it's flat on the other. I mean, for such a small knife, it doesn't really matter to me. So it has an 1.5 inch long blade. It has a wood file / metal file, which I'll get to in a second. Hopefully you can see that against a white background. And then it has scissors, which some people like, some people they don't care that much. I fall into one of those two camps. Wow. Like I said, this has been riding in a survival kit for some time. I really feel bad showing this to you guys, but I went to pull the scissors out. I haven't monkeyed with this in probably 6 months. And the spring, I don't know if you can see that, the spring right there broke. It's supposed to go right up here, make these spring activated. These aren't spring activated anymore. I'm actually really upset about that. But I guess it's a data point. So they close just fine. And you open them and you close them, they stay shut. Personally, I was never a fan of the scissors. So even though I feel bad that they broke, it's not the worst thing to happen. So if you can see that, what that is a small flat tip, but then also that angle fits into a Phillips head, like a number 2 Phillips head. So it can turn from number 1 to number 3 size Phillips screws. It's really useful, and then it's a very small flat tip also. So that's like 2 tools in one. And then this, ooh, it looks like a little corrosion on there. There's a little corrosion on there, but that is just a flat tip and a bottle opener. You can see that there. The bottle opener there and a flat tip. And then one other thing it has, and it's kind of hard to get if you don't use it regularly, but it does have a lanyard loop that you can pull out. So what are the pros? Its compact size is awesome. It's lightweight. It weighs 2 ounces, which is awesome. The dimensions this way are 2.5 inches. So it's compact. It's, I would say, 3/8 of an inch wide and probably 1 inch wide. Or 7/8 of an inch wide. So this thing rides in a pocket and on a keychain awesome. So it's compact and small size. Great for a keychain. It's good for a mini or micro survival kit. It offers you, maybe not a lot of tools, but it offers you more tools than just a knife or just a scalpel blade or just an X-Acto knife blade or whatever. This offers you a lot more. Namely the pliers. Pliers are kind of hard to make out in the woods. I'll be honest. And, I'm not that good at making primitive bushcraft needle nose pliers. But, again, you may be better than me. And what I like is all the blades are outside opening, which means you don't have to open the whole multi-tool to get to any of the blades. And one other thing, and I didn't research this, and I don't fly that much, so I'm not sure, but this could possibly be TSA friendly, because recently they made a change, maybe in the beginning of last year, 2015, something like that, where you could carry small knives, but the blade could not lock, and it had to be under a certain length. Now, in the comments, maybe you can correct me if I'm wrong, but this is 1.5 inches long. I could have swore that was a non-locking blade under 2 inches. So again, I'm not sure, but this could possibly be TSA friendly. I would recommend you research the laws and make sure it's legal to do so before you attempt to. The price point on this is one of the big things with this. You're getting Leatherman name, Leatherman quality. I did. The scissors were broken. That could have been from a lot of stuff. So I'll have to research that more. That might be a really common problem with these. The price point on these, they start out at around $20 and they go up to like maybe 29, maybe $35. Personally, I picked this up. It was like at an overstock or end of season or something like that from a local hardware sporting goods store, and I got this for like $15. Like I said, besides the scissors, which I didn't know about till now, because like I said, I don't use this a lot anymore, but I used to always have this on my keychain, and then I just kind of changed my carry system around a little bit. But so I have two cons. First of all, a lot of people, including myself, it is small, but it's kind of tit for tat. Feast or famine. If you want something small, compact, lightweight, it's going to be harder to use, especially if you have pretty large, especially if you have large hands. That thing in my hand is very small. So, usability wise, it's not that comfortable, but anyone that would think it would be more comfortable than something bigger is kind of silly, unless you have unless you're a baby, a newborn, maybe a lady with really small petite hands or something like that. But for most people, holding onto this and trying to get leverage on the knife and whatnot, it's not the safest or most comfortable thing to do. My other negative, which maybe I shouldn't even include this in the review, this file here is great. I have it on some of my larger Leathermans, and in a bigger size, it's actually surprisingly useful. In this, I found this to be so small that it's not useful for anything. You can use it, like a Swiss Army knife and file your nails and stuff like that. Personally, I don't do that much, and I don't know what they could replace it with, but for how tiny it is, you got 1 inch. So maybe if you're in Alcatraz or some prison and you're trying to use this as an escape tool, and you have 20 years to do it or whatever, Shawshank Redemption or something like that, maybe this could work. But I mean, for practically speaking, for the people that will actually be carrying this, I personally don't think it's that useful. And then I don't recommend doing this, but I have before. I have used this as a lightweight pry bar and as a flat tip screwdriver, but I don't think it's recommended. I've actually snapped blades on other Leathermans doing that. So all in all, I think this is a great little multi-tool for everyday carry, for keychain carry, for mini survival kit, and also for maybe a birthday or Christmas gift for like maybe a 10-year-old, a 12-year-old. So that was a quick review of the Leatherman Squirt PS4. If you like this video, if you like our channel, make sure to subscribe for more great videos, knife reviews, stuff like that. We try and put out about 5 to 6 videos per week, and which a lot of you guys find full of information. So if you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and until next time, stay safe out there and enjoy your Leatherman Squirt.